What is up, everyone? It's that time again. You're listening to It's Been a Week. I'm your host, Ben McDonald, and this is your weekly dose of whatever the hell just happened. All right, everyone, welcome back to It's Been a Week. So this week, I am joined by someone very special. We just did the math and realized I have known her for 20 years. She is my 9th grade physical science teacher. Should I call you Miss Ramin?
No, you can just call me Ramin. Or Brenda.
I mean, I feel like I've been calling you Brenda since 9th grade.
You have. Mm-hmm.
I never really followed the rule of Miss Ramin.
It's okay. You didn't follow a lot of rules.
Yeah, let's dive into that actually right away. I mean, that school, first of all, going back to that school, there were so many people, I feel like, especially teachers, who did not get me.
I understand.
Yeah. And I think you were one of you were one of the people that I actually think saw me and was like, oh, like, what was your first impression when you met me in 9th grade?
Well, if I understand this correctly, you had been attending private school.
Kicked out of the Catholic school, yes.
Well, you had to make a transition. And so you were excited about coming to school, but it was a big transition. You were learning a lot of things. The public school was brutal.
Yeah.
And you'd come from a completely different environment.
Uh-huh.
And so, I don't know, I felt like you needed a place to call, a safe place.
Yeah, and I feel like, I don't know, there were so many like different personalities, and I've always just kind of been friends with the adults, with the horse riding, and my whole life I've always kind of I don't want to say struggled with
authority.
Yeah, well, maybe a little, but it was like, I felt like with the teachers, I was like, look, we're equals. Let's all be cool here. But that's just not how it worked. But I feel like you actually did see, we were friends.
Yeah. I was compassionate and I could understand. And I liked you. We're smart and clever and
hilarious.
Well, sometimes.
Yeah.
Sometimes we were just a pain in the ass. But
yeah. I mean, I
think you told me this earlier today, Ben. I kind of get what I want.
Yeah. Well, no, I think when I have an idea or something in my head, like I go for it and no one's going to stop me.
Right.
Was I that way in high school?
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That is your nature. And that's not a bad thing.
I think our friendship really developed after 9th grade, because 9th grade I was like your student. But then after that is when I wasn't in your class anymore. And that's when I was doing like the independent studies, or I was.
Didn't we go to California when you were in 9th grade?
Well, was it 9th grade? That's the story where I was just going to dive into. I thought it was when I was in 10th grade. Okay, everyone. So when I was in high school and I was like, look, I'm going to be an actor. This is I've been saying that for how long? Forever. And I was like, I need to go to California. I need to get like headshots and go to acting class and do all these things. And my mom was like, look, I love you. I love this is your dream. I'm not going to California. My mom is not cut out for the city. Like the traffic, the people, like the LA is literally the opposite of my mom. So I don't know how it came up, but somehow.
I know.
Oh, how? Do tell.
Well, you knew at the time that I had lived in California.
Right.
And that I was comfortable in telling you things about California.
Right.
And you came to me and said, I need to go to California and you need to take me. I was like, I can't take you, Ben. You're my student. You're a student at this school. I can take you to California. Oh, yes, you can. And you created a way so that during spring break, I think it was, that we would travel to California. And the caveat was we had to have a chaperone. And my daughter, Annalise, who would have been the perfect age to go, was like, I'm not going anywhere with you, Mom. And I have a job and I have things to do. And so I said, how about we take Michael?
Your youngest son.
My youngest son. And Michael was agreeable and you were agreeable and Penny paid and I paid for Michael's ticket and off we went to California for your acting lessons.
I remember, yeah, because I remember we would we had to be very hush-hush about it because at the time I'm a student, you're a teacher, the two of us traveling. When you say it out loud, it sounds fucking crazy. And I'm sure people would have been like, excuse me, that is so inappropriate, which it was not inappropriate.
Especially the neighbor lady.
Yes, especially some of the other teachers that we won't bring. Well, we won't even give them attention on this podcast. But I remember during like our independent study, we had like a notebook and we were writing out like our budget and what we wanted to do. And you had things you wanted to see, like you wanted to go to La Jolla and see the Garibaldi. I wanted, I think, to go to Universal Studios, and we had all these things that were like, you know, what do we both want to do? And then I was go to this acting class, and I remember her name was Elisa Elliott. It was in Santa Monica. And it was like a 3-day intensive where it was like 6 hours a day of like acting. And I mean, I had done the school play, I think, but I had no other.
I think you were in community theater.
The old Gem Theater in New Richmond.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, but I wasn't even in a play there yet. I was like, I knew nothing, but I was like, I have to get to LA. And so we packed up. We went to LA, and I would go to the class during the day, and you and Michael would go sightsee or do things, and you come pick me up, and we'd do things at night. And then I think we stayed a few extra days. Like it was 3 days of acting, and then we were probably there like 5 days or something.
Well, you had to go look for an agent. Remember, you went to the place that looked like a windmill or Dutch.
My very first agent. Yeah, I remember I got her. It was Val Moore Talent Agency, and she was this lady with a strong accent. And I walked in, and she goes, "Well, can you sing?" And I said, "No." And she goes, "Can you sing Happy Birthday?" And I said, "Well, I mean, I guess." She goes, "Then you can sing." And I remember standing in her office singing Happy Birthday to her. And I'm like, I mean, I have the voice of like a goat. I'm like, Happy Birthday. And I was like, she signed me. I did. I got an agent. And yeah, that was a fun trip. Then we came home.
Wait.
Oh, am I jumping the gun?
We also, you and I, the three of us went, and you were bound and determined to find the house for the orange.
The OC.
The OC.
The filming location of the OC, which was not in Orange County. It was in Malibu, in a gated community that we snuck into. Like, remember, we waited outside the gate till the gate was opening, and we drove in. And then I was like, the house is on the other side of that hill. And I climbed the hill. And Michael came with, you waited in the car.
Right.
Michael and I climbed the hill just so I can get pictures.
You had to have the getaway driver ready.
Yes. As we're sneaking into this gated community, we climb up the hill, we see the house, we take pictures. And then when it was time to leave, I realized, wow, this was a really steep hill.
It was.
So to come down the hill, I was like, okay, Michael, just kind of sit on your ass and slide. Like, we got to kind of slide down the hill. And how old was Michael?
Maybe 10.
Yeah, he was young. And he's like, I got this. And he went running down the hill.
It got out of control. He lost it.
He was going at a high rate of speed.
He got road rash. He's bleeding.
And I was like, I told you.
I told you 100 times. Don't do that.
I'm like,
did him listen to me.
He didn't. I'm like, you need to sit and slide. And he ran down. And I'll never forget. This is so bad. This is awful. We stayed at this. It wasn't like a regular hotel. It was like a
mission style bungalow with a courtyard from the 1930s.
It was cute.
And it was cool. It had a lot of charm.
Yes, because you were like, we need a room with 2 bedrooms.
Right. And we need a kitchen. We needed
yeah. But you needed
remember the Chinese jugglers were there?
Yes. We came out, with the fire and all. We were like, wow, this is great. In Santa Monica. But you were like, the fact that you're my teacher, you're like, we need 2 bedrooms. And I was like, okay, fair enough. So old habits die hard, obsessed with my fish. I was like, you were like, well, let's go look at the tide pools. So we looked at the tide pools, and we got starfish and sea urchins and anemones and crabs and all the stuff. So we bring it back to our hotel room.
Yeah.
And we put them in pots and pans.
Yeah.
Like, we got ocean water.
Yeah.
And we literally had fucking starfish in like a frying pan.
It's true. It's true.
And then we were like, remember, I was like, how are we going to get this home? Like, through TSA. You're like, we did. I think I got like a crab home or something.
Yeah, or maybe a starfish in a baggie.
Which I'm probably going to have I think that's illegal. So
that's probably illegal.
Yeah, we didn't actually do that. So then we go back to school, and I remember we couldn't, which I'm surprised at because my big mouth, we kept that secret. I didn't tell anyone.
Quiet. Yeah.
What would have happened? Would you have gotten in trouble?
Do you remember the principal?
Yeah, you for sure would have gotten in trouble.
Yeah. I would have been shown the door probably or something.
I mean, you really kind of put your job on the line for me.
little bit, probably. We were cautious, and you knew how to be smart and responsible. And
Yeah.
yeah.
And then we went again.
Yeah.
So
in 2008, we were there. We had checked into the hotel on the first day of the Olympics, opening Olympic ceremony in China. 2008.
And I remember this time was, I have to get headshots now. Because I was like, I have the agent. Now I got to get photos and do all the things. So, plus, I think deep down, I probably wanted another trip to California. So I was telling.
Oh, and it was a completely different hotel. It wasn't chill or relaxed. It was multi-stories, glass elevator, wine bar in the afternoon, music, fountains.
Yeah.
Yeah, open plants hanging down, the whole.
I mean, my mom must have really given me a decent budget because it was.
Well, we were in one room.
Right. Because now we're like, okay, we've done this. Then we went.
We were in a suite.
Yeah, one suite. Yes. We went to La Jolla
right.
to go snorkeling. And we go with the Garibaldi, which are these giant orange fish, and we had a whole tour, and we did the whole thing, and it was great.
Flippers and masks and
did the thing,
mm-hmm.
And then it was, I think, maybe like, I don't know, either later that night or the next day, I start getting all these red bumps all over me, and I was like, Brenda, I think I'm having an allergic reaction because we were swimming in like the kelp beds with these fish, and I'm like, I think I'm like allergic to whatever we were snorkeling with. Like I'm getting all these bumps. And you were like, oh, okay. Like, we went probably to CVS and got, I don't know, Benadryl or something. And then it hit me. I got so sick. I think might have been throwing up, right?
No, you
fever.
were a little feverish. And you definitely were under the weather.
And we had rented a convertible.
Yeah.
Because that was you. You're like, I want a convertible. We're in California. So we rented the convertible. It was probably like a Chrysler Sebring.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep. Or was it a Toyota? I don't remember.
It was something. And I remember we were driving down Hollywood Boulevard and you and Michael are in the front seat and you're like, Ben, look at here. It's the Walk of Fame. It's the Hollywood sign. It's the Griffith Observatory. And I'm like, I don't care. I
just feel so sick.
Come to find out, I was 16 years old and had chickenpox.
Yep. Oh, boy.
But I did.
If it can happen.
Well, what had happened was my stepdad at the time had shingles, which is the same virus as chickenpox. And I had gotten the chickenpox virus or vaccine when I was younger, but I never got the booster. So when I was like 16, I was like, he had the virus and then I got chickenpox and then I get to California and I was sicker than shit.
Yeah. You weren't in full bloom, but clearly you had the symptoms. It was miserable. You were miserable.
Miserable. And I'm here to do headshots. So I've got spots all over me.
Well, and you carried on. Was that when we went to downtown LA by the Walt Disney Theater and you did that audition?
Yeah. Yes.
In that kind of.
No, I think we filmed something. Remember? It was like I was like an extra in like a movie or something.
Something. Well, yeah, you were on doing something. You followed through. You were tough.
Probably infecting everyone with chickenpox. And then we went to the Griffith Observatory, which it's just so funny now that, I lived in LA for like 10 years and then I go to all these places. But I remember like my first time going to all these places was you showing me all those places.
Yeah. And we went at night and they were you could go up on the telescope to look through the lens at the
big ones
or something. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I wasn't interested in standing in line. So I just go in the door backwards and you were like, this isn't the way we're supposed to go. I said, I just want to see the telescope.
Yeah. I don't even want to look through it. I just want to see it.
Right.
And then the pendulum.
Focal pendulum.
Let me tell you guys, if you ever want to go to a science museum or like the Griffith Observatory, take a science teacher because it's really the way. It's like you don't even have to read all the plaques and all the signs. You just have someone there giving you a full explanation on how everything works.
Remember we went to the tar pits?
The La Brea tar pits. See, it's great to go with the science teacher because you learn all this shit and you're, I mean, I've said for a long time, you're one of the smartest people I know. Which I think I always told you, I'm like, why are you teaching high school? I'm like, don't you have like your master's in chemistry and all? Like, you're so smart. Remember?
Yeah, I know.
And so we'd go to these places.
But I do it because I like people and I was motivated to be a part of tomorrow. And I figured that's the way I could do that.
Well, that's true. But you're retired now.
I am.
But how long were you a teacher?
My first teaching job was in 1985, and I stopped teaching in 2017. So
Wow.
that's 32 years. But I still teach summer school to little people.
So you're still not done.
5 weeks.
How many students do you still have do you still keep in touch with?
Oh, I suppose. You know what? Facebook was a thing that made it super easy.
Right. True.
And so I suppose there's 100 people that I don't know if you call it follow or follow me.
Or friends with or on social media of some sort.
Yep. Someone who sang at my wedding is still connected. Lots of students from California, some students from Wisconsin. No, it's cool. It's fun.
I hope you answer this correctly. Who would you say is the most memorable student?
Well, if it's not the boy my first year teaching who chewed on his yellow school bus pencil and loosened the eraser and then wasn't paying attention in class and put his pencil in his ear and the eraser came out and got stuck and he didn't tell me, and then he was pushing on it and pushed it deeper into his ear and had to go to the emergency room. I think other than that, it might be you, Ben.
Oh, that's wild.
I even remember his name, Larry Mejia.
Wow. Just
Yeah,
kept sticking it in there.
Well, he got it in, and then,
Yeah. Wow. Okay. See, I didn't do anything like that.
no.
So if someone was to come up to you and be like, oh yeah, this Ben guy or whatever, how would you describe, not me now, but if someone was like, what was Ben like in school? What would you say?
How do you think you're different?
I love that.
You were always precocious. You were always pretty self-determined. You were never concerned about the little things. You did your work. I mean, it wasn't part of your motivation. You did it. You got it done. That was that. But you had other things you wanted to talk about and think about. Do you remember the year that you were going on vacation with your mom and you learned how to do the dance with the rings?
Single ladies.
Yep.
What was the moment in school when you knew I was gay? Had to be that. If it wasn't, it had to be that. Had to be up there.
It was just your sort of approach to things, your gentleness kind of in one regard and your disregard for other things. It's just, I don't know that there is a gay thing.
But I mean, dancing the single ladies dance has got to be pretty
At school, showing me that you'd learned it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's kind of, that's an indicator. I don't know if anyone else has ever done anything quite like that.
I did that dance at our high school prom.
Yep. And you did it in Mexico and they gave you tips.
Yes. See, I wasn't bad at it. I remember doing it at prom, and I remember then my prom date, I think she thought I don't think she fully knew I was gay. And I'm like, girl, I just did the single ladies dance in front of the whole school.
And you were good at it.
No, I know.
And you still dance on tables.
Like I said, old habits die hard.
You see,
I guess I really haven't changed.
You really aren't that much different.
No. Yeah, it's so crazy to think that was 20 years ago that I was sitting in your class. And it's crazy to think, I don't know, time is such a funny thing.
I say time is like water. You try to hold in your hands.
It just
You
keeps
can't
going.
hang on to it.
Yeah. And to think back in school, I feel yes, I was very similar to how I am maybe now. But I do wish, I've said this before on the podcast, I wish that I had my same wit and maybe my tongue that I have now.
You were best not to have had that.
Really?
Ben, you were already on the edge. You were a little bit challenging to authority. What you said behind the backs of the administrators probably should just not be repeated, but you could read them. You were good at people. You were good at adults. You knew what was happening. It pissed you off, I think, honestly.
What do you mean?
Well, you'd come to the school, you'd had a lot of life experience, you'd been to a lot of places, you knew people and things, and then they'd tell you to do something silly. And you'd why are they telling us to do that? Why don't they just,
Right. It was so dumb.
Something like that, yeah.
I'm this is why make things more difficult? Like, why work smart? Why work harder? Why not work smarter?
Right. Like you said, I'm going to Mexico for 3 weeks. Do you want to give me the work now, or do you just want to pass me later?
Is that what I would say?
Something to that effect.
Oh my God. Yeah. And I missed a lot of school.
Yeah. And you were like, I'll make it up. You don't have to worry about it. It's no big deal. It's not hard for me. But they're like, oh, you're going to be gone. You're going to miss my best lectures. I don't really care.
Yeah, I know. I was always kind of on my own path. And I felt like in school, I was popular in the sense that like people knew who I was, but I was not popular in the sense of like, oh, I'm friends with everyone. Like I didn't have a ton of friends in high
I don't
school.
think you did.
No, because I was always like, again, I was late to the group because I came from a different school. So it's like all these people, you know, they grew up together. They had these long, deep relationships. And I think I was always like, well, I'm not going to be here forever. Or
Well, the other part, Ben, is honestly, some people are hungry. You were never hungry. You always had whatever you wanted. You had the clothes you wanted, and you had money to spend that you needed when you needed it. You were never really concerned about any of that. And some of the other people were looking for social status. I don't think you were really looking for social status. I think
No.
you were really satisfied in your own skin, so to speak. When you dressed up as John McCain and took the initiative to get your own Sarah Palin, and you're in high school, you had to know something that was going on.
I mean, I think that picture lives on somewhere.
I have it.
Oh, God.
Trust me.
Oh, yeah. I mean, look, that was an interesting.
I took it.
Yeah. Thinking, what the fuck are you doing?
Well, I asked that first, but after you explained it, it was totally clear. And that's when you were a Michelle Bachmann supporter.
Listen, I didn't. You when you're young, you don't know. You don't know what you're doing.
No, I don't disagree.
Yeah. I
Moved on.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yes. I think also I had so much of my own stuff going on, like with the horses. Like I was traveling, I was doing barrel racing. I knew I wanted to be an actor. Like,
hold on.
Oh boy.
Just a minute. Because
the truth's coming out.
Your mama wanted you to ride.
Mm-hmm.
And she had Betty, I think.
Yep.
And she was trying to get you to ride. And the more she wanted you to ride, the more you're like, I'm not going to ride. What changed that for you?
It was weird. I used to be so scared of horses. Like
I see.
They freaked me out. And I remember my mom got my first horse for me for my 9th birthday. And there was this big birthday party and she walks the horse. His name was Woody. How funny is that? I was riding Woody.
The cowboy.
It's so funny, all the signs that point to me being gay. I wrote a horse named Woody and my last name was Rearman. I mean, it's like it was written in the stars. So she walks the horse up and I was like, I want a fish tank, Mom. I didn't want a horse. Like, what a little brat. And so I was scared. Like horses, like I remember when I would take my first lessons, I was like, what if they run into the wall? Because I was in this little arena and we're like loping circles. And I'm like, what if the horse hits the wall? And then they would like shake and I would freak out. And I remember one time the horse shook and I started crying and my mom goes, oh, shut the fuck up. And I think I was like, wait, what? And then something just switched in me one time.
Something switched.
Yeah. And then my fear was just kind of gone. I mean, I've never really been one to have fear. I've always kind of been.
Was there one that you rode at the same time she was riding Betty, or was there another horse?
Yeah, I had Woody. Then I had Jimmy.
No, that wasn't it.
Then I had Betty.
Oh, I think Betty was your first love.
Yep. And then I got Fame, who I still have to this day. He's out in the pasture.
And it's on your foot.
Yep. And yeah, I don't know. I think something, but relating it to high school, I think I was just busy. Like I had my horses, I had things going on. Then I was like going to be an actor. So like all this drama in high school and all these people. And I was always like, I don't care.
Right.
Or they would get all like, I don't think I was made fun of. I think the only thing people would kind of poke at me is like, are you gay? Are you this? And I do think bothered me. But in general, I was like, I don't want to be invited to these parties. I'm going to hang out with adults. I'm going to Mexico. I've got bigger fish to fry.
I'm going to have dinner with Michelle Bachmann.
Yeah, I'm going to do things. Like, I'm like, I don't need to go sit at your, I'm also like, I live on a lake. I got my own shit. I'm busy.
Yeah, and the neighbors were nice to you.
Yeah, I'm still friends with them to this day.
Yeah.
The Marth family and Maria. But yeah, I don't know. I think in school, I just didn't really care. And I think some teachers like you saw that and were like, I think we were in on the joke together, kind of like, but then there were some that did not.
No, if you were a strong authoritarian, that was not your way.
Like Miss Erickson.
I was not going to say names, but I think that might have been one clear example.
I will never forget when she wouldn't let me go to the bathroom. And to me, I just thought, what kind of cult? What is this? What do you mean I can't go? I'm not allowed to go to the bathroom? Like, in general, I was a pretty good kid in the sense that, like, I did not do drugs. I wasn't doing bad things.
No, you weren't throwing paper airplanes. You weren't drawing nasty pictures and hanging them up on bulletin board, and there was nothing like that. You weren't necessarily too challenging, except with ideas that were a little bit out of your comfort zone,
Yeah, I think I was vocal, and I was like, if you kindly ask me to do something, I'll do it. If you tell me I have to do it, I'm like, fuck you. You know what I mean? It was all about it's all about the delivery. So when she was like, you can't go to the bathroom, I'm like, watch me. And I remember I just got up and she goes, where are you going? I said, I'm going to the bathroom. And I know she said something to me, and I said something to the extent, I can't remember exactly, but I was like, go eat another fucking bonbon.
Oh dear.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I did get sent to the principal at one point, or the assistant principal. And I remember he was like, we're going to call your mom. And I go, do it. Go for it. I go, and
and Penny, you'll have a great conversation.
Yeah, I go, you want to take my mom on? Have at it. I said, here's her number. And I remember he kind of looked at me and he was like, he didn't call her. I think I scared him a little bit. And then I remember one time I was going on trips or something, and he called me in the office and he's like, you're going to get truancy. You can't miss this much school. And he was doing all this stuff. And I said, okay, well, what if I'm sick? Because he told me, he slapped down these forms. He goes, every time you're going to miss a day of school, you have to fill out this form. And it was like,
right,
so much like detail of like why I'm going to miss a day of school. And I go, well, what if I'm sick? He goes, well, then you don't have to do the form. And I looked at him, I said, well, why don't I save both of us a lot of time here and just say I'm sick every time? And he just was like,
that's my point. You have illustrated my point exactly.
But like, why do I got to fill out this whole form in detail of why I'm missing school when I can just be like, oh, I don't feel good. There we go. Saves you paperwork, saves me. We're all good here.
I know. See, that was pretty perceptive for someone who was 16.
Yeah. But again, I think in life, of everything I do, I've always been the type where I'm like, work smarter, not harder.
Exactly.
There are people out there like, you gotta work for it, and you gotta do like this and this and this. And I'm like, but it's so much easier if we do this. We get it accomplished 10 times faster. So I've always been that type, I think, where I would say I'm a hard worker at what I want to do, but I'm also going to do it in the most efficient way.
I don't think you can be bothered with things you're not particularly interested in, and that's not a bad thing. You don't fake it. I mean, it's just, you like blue cars? Go ahead, have a blue car. I'm not having a blue car. If you like the blue car, you look good in it. I don't know. Not for me.
Yeah, I think I've always just kind of been like, live and let live. You do you. I'm going to do me.
Right.
And we're all good.
And then it's easy.
Yeah. I think that's very true. Mm-hmm. So I guess I really haven't changed that much.
No.
I don't know. Sometimes when I look back, I think, oh, I'm a completely different person.
Well, of course, now you're an adult. You've had some other experiences. You've met some other people. Your friend circle is completely different.
That's true. Yeah. My friend circle, I guess, is a little different than it was when I lived in New Richmond, Wisconsin.
Right. But your personality is charming. People like you. People who like you, and
people who don't.
Don't. And people you don't like, don't bother.
Well, they can get fucked.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I actually think that's a good way to live, don't you? Like, I mean, you're never going to please everyone. Not everyone's going to like you.
I don't think it's a bad way to live your personal life. I think sometimes you have to make compromises, but if it doesn't damage who you are as a person, I think you're okay with that. I mean, you got to go to the dentist every once in a while. It might not be good or feel good, but...
Yeah, that's true.
I mean...
In general, though, I don't think I do much in life that I don't want to.
I don't disagree with that.
Yeah.
And you've had the luxury, if I may say, to be able to make those choices.
Yeah, I agree. Yes, I agree with that. Yeah. But at the same time, I think I've also taken some of those choices and made them into bigger things. Or, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Yeah. No, I think
Your studio and your jobs and your things that you're doing are cool. And yeah.
so. If someone was going to ask you, like, what's the best Ben story you can remember from high school?
I think the peephole to the world is pretty cool with my door.
Can we tell that story?
I don't know.
We can tell without naming names.
Okay.
So you had a coworker
Mhm.
who was such a bitch.
Oh dear.
She was the worst. She would literally, like, here's the deal. You probably won't say it. I will. She picked on you.
She did.
She was just like me, like, and like, what was her? Like, I bet you she was threatened because she wasn't as smart as you.
I would think so.
Because, like I said, you are fucking smart, and I think that probably intimidated her. That she saw something in herself that bothered her. Because, like, other than that, it's not like you were competing for like certain classes or certain students or like you guys were supposed to all be working together and you were teaching different things. Like that shouldn't have been a competitive, correct, right?
Yeah.
Like that, there's no reason you would be competing.
Well, except that she was pretty.
You're pretty.
Well, thank you. I don't mean it that way. She saw herself as being.
She thought herself as like, yeah, like she wanted to be a fashion statement.
J-Lo.
Yeah. I think she thought she was J-Lo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, and I'm more like, I don't know, natural, sort of right there.
Real.
And sciencey and like that kind of stuff. And
I'll never forget, you had like a candy jar.
Mhm.
And it was like minis, like a Snickers or it was like the little, you go buy the
Right.
bag of cheap shit and it's like, here you go.
Right.
And I think you charged $0.25.
Or not,
Or free or whatever. It was like whatever. And you got in trouble for that, for having a little bit of candy, which is like ridiculous. But she would always, remember there would be times we'd see her because there was like an area between your classrooms that was like
prep area
for the teachers. And the doors, they were big wooden doors with a thin strip of clear glass.
Yeah.
And we'd see her like peeking her little, like she would peek in there.
Right.
Like to try to catch you doing something, or like it was the weirdest thing. So one day I printed off, like when you go to the eye doctor and there's the eye test where it's like all the letters. I printed that off and I put it in the glass hole. I'm like, here, take a look at this.
Yeah. No, she was something. And she ended up marrying someone in the administration, and she recreated her life, and she was always. My room was full of experiments and leftovers and toys and gadgets and things, and her room was always put together, and she had fluffy this and fuzzy that. And
your room though felt like a real science, like it felt like you walked in, it was like, oh my God, we're in Bill Nye the Science Guy's like lab. Like there was like glass things and petri dishes and solar systems and like science shit.
Yeah.
Which what it should, like, it's a science teacher, that's what you would think.
It was fun, but yeah, it was difficult. It was challenging.
One of my like when I think of like, I don't think I retained a ton from a lot of like the school just because I wasn't
engaged.
I was a solid B student.
Yeah, I would say that.
Like a B, like
easy B.
Like I didn't fail classes. I definitely was not an A student.
You could have been, but you weren't interested.
Yeah, it's because I didn't apply myself. I mean, yeah, every once in a while I think there was a C in there, but I think in general I was probably like a B minus type of student. Like,
Yeah.
I did better in college. But I'll never forget when we were sitting there, we were learning the periodic table.
Yeah.
And the noble gases.
Go ahead, do it.
Am I going to do it?
Yeah.
So we're sitting there, and there's all these different classifications or something.
Columns on the periodic table group.
And there's one of them called noble gases, and it sticks in my brain to this day because you would sit at the top of the room and you'd go, noble gases. You have to do it.
Oh, column 8 is the noble gases.
And that stuck with me for a long time, because even now when I'm like, I mean, not that I'm looking at the fucking periodic table very often, but if I do see something, I'm always like, is that a noble gas? That's the only one I can remember. I don't even know. I couldn't tell you.
Gives you something to hang on to.
Hey, it's good conversation starter, because I couldn't think of anything else on a periodic table except the noble gases.
There you are.
So you left teaching in 2017.
Yep.
And now, do you miss it?
No.
No. Mm-mm. I feel like you put your time in. You did it. You did the thing.
Well, there are a lot of reasons not to miss it. I have a lot of cool things that are going on in my life now. Steve and I live on a waterway, and the grandkids come 2 days a week, and we get to do science things with them. And I teach summer school with little people, like first and second and third graders, and that's fun. And we do fun enrichment things. Like last year, I taught the kids how to light a match. We started a fire and roasted marshmallows in the parking lot. You know, when you're in first grade, that kind of leaves an impression.
That is, so does, what did you do the one time with the liquid nitrogen?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
When you did that with the marshmallows?
Yeah, yeah.
See, I remember that too.
So things like that. And it's just, you know, you move on from things.
Yeah. So, and you have chickens?
I have chickens and
you get to travel now.
yeah. Yep. And we're putting in garden beds, and I've got, 5 chickens, 2 cats and a dog, and I just kind of do other things.
Well, you get to, this is your second time visiting me. Second time?
If not the third.
Third, maybe.
One time you were leaving. I think maybe only the second. I don't know.
But you went on a cruise this year, so you're just kind of like living your life now, and
Yep.
I love that.
Yep. I volunteer a lot for local candidates that I support, so I spend time helping their campaigns and doing things that I think are valuable in the community. I do volunteer work in the community. I kind of take care of, not literally, but we have a social group that gets together, and I'm the social director. And
Of course. And you guys used to have a natural food store.
Natural food store.
Because I remember you used to bring me granola.
Yeah.
That was such good granola.
It was fresh and really delicious.
And we would just sit and munch on that.
Almond granola, yeah.
Yeah, that was amazing. And I feel like you also were very, influential in my political belief.
Well, I didn't challenge you too much, and I'm glad that you found a better way.
No, you never challenged me, but you would always question me. Like it was like, well, as a teacher would do, it was like, explain that. And then you would explain your side. And then it was like, oh, interesting.
Yeah.
I think a good fond memory is, you always had that picture with Obama.
Yeah, I did.
That was a great picture.
It was.
Yeah. Also, I don't know if maybe it's time to admit this, but you do know every once in a while I would go and change my grades in your grade book.
I don't really care.
Yeah. Well, when I was grading, you would have me grade other classes and I would put it in this computer. And then I was like, let's just nudge that up just a little. So when I say I'm a B student, I probably was a B.
You're the one that feels guilty about that.
Well, I'm getting it off my chest now.
See, that's why you wanted me to come here. You wanted to clear your conscience.
Well, listen, it's not like I put myself from an F to an A, but I think I probably went from a B- to a B+.
And it didn't matter?
No.
No.
No. Who else? There was one other teacher. Oh, the Spanish teacher. She called my parents one time. I think it was too talkative.
Oh,
shocking. Sorry, I'm sorry.
I bet you weren't speaking in Spanish or something.
Honestly, that is the one class I regret cheating in. I really wish I would have, I don't know how much you learn in 9th grade Spanish in Richmond, Wisconsin, but I wish I would have stuck with learning Spanish.
Well, there is Duolingo.
I've tried, but I feel like at this point, brain's too developed. I can't learn that.
No, you can learn it.
You think?
Absolutely.
Do you speak any other languages?
Besides Spanish?
You speak Spanish?
I have.
Fluently?
I did, until I didn't.
See?
It's like anything you use.
It's like a muscle.
I lived in California, for all those years. I was pretty fluent at Spanish. And I've been doing Duolingo, and I was pretty good when we traveled. We went to Costa Rica, and
you picked it back up a
our
bit?
driver practiced with me. She was very patient. Rebecca was good at helping me remember how to do that.
That's good.
Yeah.
Well.
And it's good to learn new things. I mean, you are always learning things. You're always trying new things.
That's true.
But if there's something you want to do, it's no big deal.
I wish you could just take like a pill and be like, I know Spanish now.
Or you slept on the book, remember?
I what?
They used to have a joke where you put the book under your pillow, and then when you wake up, all the information went from the book. And
see, could you imagine if it was just like, maybe now with AI and there'll be like a download. You can just download. I mean, that'd be amazing if you could just learn something.
Well, the truth of the matter is with Google, it's so easy.
Well, even now they have the new AirPods that translate live for you.
Right, and you take a picture and it's all translated in the picture for you.
Yeah, there's so many different ways.
But it is fun to practice. You would like it.
Yeah. Hola.
Well, because you do go to Mexico.
Yeah. And I think be great to know other languages. I wish I would have stuck with that.
What other language would you like to learn?
I think French would be fun.
French is fun.
Yeah, French would be fun. I think Spanish would be the most useful.
Right. For you.
For me, for where I go in the world. I struggle with English, so I don't think speaking any kind of like Japanese or Chinese language there's no chance of that.
Anna went on a travel trip in college to stay in France as part of her program. And she traveled with the other students, multilingual students. They traveled to Spain for a short trip. And she said to me, Mom, I don't know what happened, but I knew more Spanish than those kids that were on this trip, and they were Spanish majors. Well, not really, but, she wasn't afraid to say things, because when she was little and we lived in California, I spoke to them in Spanish all the time.
Wow.
Huh. Kind of funny.
Yeah.
I have another funny story about you and my kids.
Okay, let's hear it.
So your horses, you got horses, you like the horses, you've got the arena, it's cold, it's winter, what the heck are you going to do? I bring Michael.
Was this before or after California?
After.
Because California, that was the first time I met him, right?
Pretty much, I think.
Before you tell the story, do you remember how we almost missed the flight?
Yeah.
Do you remember this?
Yeah.
It was like a fucking crazy snowstorm.
Blizzard.
And we're trying.
And my wipers stopped working on the car.
Did you come pick me up?
Yeah, I was coming to pick you up, and then the wipers stopped working on the car, and your mom had to take us to the airport.
And where'd we leave your car?
At your house.
And she had to drive. And she would. Oh, she had to have been, because my mom does not like to drive in bad weather.
Well, there's not only that, but Fred hated to be late for a flight, and we were cutting it really close.
Oh, Fred used to get to the airport literally. I remember one year we went to Hawaii. We were there 6 hours before the flight.
We pulled into the airport. We got out. We did our thing. We went in, ran to the gate, boarded the plane.
Barely. That's how you should see how I travel now. Like I'm in the parking lot when boarding has started.
Oh, wow.
Like it's because I've got clear TSA pre-check, global entry, I've touchless, I've got every whatever thing you can have. So like I get to the airport, I'm like, boom, on the plane, go. But back then they didn't have all that stuff. And we were, oh my God.
We didn't have all that stuff.
No. And I just remember that crazy blizzard, and we were trying to make our flight. We made it.
Yeah.
Okay. So that was that. But then horses, you bring Michael over. And we threw him on a horse.
Went to the arena.
And did we throw him on a horse?
And it was cold. So we were inside, and you had the horse saddled, and he got on the horse, and he went around. You walked him around a few times, walked around, did the thing, of course. And then when you're finished riding the horse, you have to take the saddle off and put it away, and you have to brush the horse down, make sure that it's all whatever it is. And that was part of Michael's first riding lesson.
Yeah.
And we got in the house, and he swelled up like a cantaloupe.
Oh, he was allergic to the horse.
His
eyes were swelling shut.
He's dripping and drooling and the whole thing. Your mom gives him some Benadryl. And lesson learned. Michael is allergic to horses.
Noted. I mean, we've had some fun times.
Interesting times.
Definitely interesting times. Wow. It's just, to me, it's so crazy. It's been 20 years since I walked into your classroom. It's crazy. And yeah, I mean, I guess really, if you look at it, I owe a lot of my acting career and a lot of my stuff to you, because I never would have probably made it there until I was older.
Your mom might have found someone else.
Maybe, but she was not, it was not her jam. Even when I lived there and she would come visit me, she hated it. It's too busy. There's too many people. There's too much. It is not for her.
We had fun. We did some fun things together.
Mm-hmm.
After we went to Universal Studios, the car from Back to the Future was part of a fire, and they was lost. And
yep.
Yeah.
Wild times. Well,
I think we're good for each other, Ben, in some strange way.
Well, we've stayed friends. Obviously we don't talk every day, but we've never not been in touch or been in contact, and that's in 20 years. And I can't think of, there was one other teacher. She was a substitute for Miss Erickson. Oh. Funny enough. She was like worked with her, or
maybe she was the student teacher.
Yeah, student teacher. she reached out to me the other day and she goes, she called me. She goes, "Hey, bitch." And I was like, "Just call me, hey, bitch." She goes, she went to my mom's restaurant. She was like, "I didn't know your mom had this restaurant. Oh my God, like small world." And I was like, wow. But no, there's definitely no other teachers that I talked to or.
Anyone from your art school days?
Yeah, I have a few professors from college that I'm friends with, like on Facebook. Because they were like, I had one of them she was really into horses. So like this poor girl, she loved me, but like I could do anything and she'd give me an A. Cause she's like, "Oh, how'd your horse do this weekend? How did you do?" Like I would always become buddies with these teachers and they were literally like, I'm like, "I barely did the work." She goes, "Oh, it's fine." And I'm like, pass with flying colors.
Well, if you don't do the work in class, but you're doing the work at home, aren't you doing the work?
No, I think I would do the work. I think it was the opposite. I would do the work in class, but I wasn't doing the work at home because I'd be out.
Well, I don't mean that. When you made a short film when you were, how old were you when you did that?
Yeah, no, I was in college.
Yeah, 21.
Yeah. So I was doing stuff, and when I graduated college, because it was an art school, like our final project was we didn't do a final like a test.
Right.
It was a project.
Right.
And so we did this project, and I went to school for advertising, and I remember all these ad agencies came to our final thing, and there was like two of them, these huge ad agencies in Minneapolis, and they were like, "We want to hire you." They're like, "This is amazing." I had my business. This is like iPhones were not what they are now, but my business card looked like an iPhone, and it was like a contact card, and they're like, "Oh my God, this is genius." And they were like, "We want to hire you," and I was like, "Ooh." I said, "Yeah, I'm actually not looking for a job." I was like, "I'm moving to California to be an actor."
But she's a nice lady, and she does.
That's what I said. No, I literally go, "What about like Sarah over here? Look at Sarah's." And they were like,
"No."
Yeah, no. So we really want to like offer you this job. And I go, "Yeah, I'm so appreciative. That is so nice. But I actually don't want the job. I'm going to California." And they were like, they couldn't believe it because everyone there is so desperate to like be seen. And they did this final project. They want to get a job. And I was like, "Yeah, I don't want that job." But thank you for loving they loved my whole idea, my whole concept. Yeah.
So what's next for you, Mr. Ben?
This podcast is kicking my ass. I got my photography and my acting. I got some stuff coming up. I got the horses. I'm on this fucking ranch with 70 animals. It's
This fucking ranch with 70 animals.
It's busy.
And you travel, so then you got to
travel.
take care of this. You don't have children except for those 70.
Yeah, exactly. But I can lock them in cages and I don't get CPS called on me. So that's good.
Well, that's not necessarily true. You wouldn't like to. Phil shouldn't be in a cage.
I mean, they're contained.
Yeah.
The animals are contained.
They're behind the gate.
Yeah, and I can leave and it's all good. Well, thank you for coming on. It's been a week. I love that I'm sitting here with my 9th grade science teacher having a cocktail.
Of course.
Of all things. Cheers.
Cheers again.
Thank you for coming on here. Yeah, I think I owe you so much. I think from my acting career to my California to, I really do appreciate, because my struggle with authority, that it was nice to have, like, feel like I went through high school and had someone in my corner.
Yeah, I appreciate you saying that. Because
I don't think I had I mean, like I said from the beginning of this, I don't think people fully understood me. I think I was kind of like I think they were like, "Whoa, what do we do with this?" And, even being in a small town, being gay, being different, there were so many different factors of it all, plus being a little shit, all the things that I just don't think very many people got me. But I feel like you really saw me. I think you still do.
I think one of the things I strive for, and maybe this is the same thing, but I always tried to have empathy for people. And if they were trying and things happened and things were going on, and you have to kind of put yourself in the other people's shoes for a minute, and you have to decide what's really most important.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think you did that. And I think you were much more there for the right reasons and not. I do believe there are some teachers that become teachers because they have their own problems with authority and they like to have the control.
There is that.
I can name some teachers that I'm like, "You're not here to teach fucking kids. You're here because you want to be the boss.
And you like it.
And you like it. You like the power trip of it."
Yeah, ask a vice principal.
I think that's a great note to end on.
All right, bud.
All right. Thank you for coming on. I love you.
I love you too, baby.
Here's to another 20 years. Who knows what we'll do next? All right, everyone. I will see you next Tuesday.
Hey, wait. I got something to say.
You're here again? All right, let's do it. Okay, everyone, get ready for the after show. Been there, done that with AJ. And he's back again. Hello, AJ.
Hi, it's been a minute since I've been here, right?
Yeah, you're very touch and go these days.
Well, I'm busy.
Mm-hmm.
I've gotten myself totally into Claude.
Yes, I'm still on ChatGPT, but slowly maybe transitioning to Claude.
Yes, I think everyone should consider at least trying it. It's unbelievable what I've been able to create in weeks.
Yeah, in 24 hours, you don't stop.
I know. I just sit there and I'm like, and keep going. It's fascinating. It reminds me, remember when we were in the pandemic and I was writing my books, ended up being books. I thought it was going to be one. And I just sat there and worked, and you were watching Joe the Tiger or whatever.
Joe the Tiger, Tiger King. And buying multiple fish tanks.
Yeah, but remember then, and I was just so focused.
Yeah, imagine as focused in the amount of time you had then, what you could have accomplished with AI.
Oh, then. God, right? I mean, I accomplished so much, but I feel the same energy. I'm really excited about it. I've also been reading my horoscopes, and that's supposedly very energetic in the horoscopes, even time-wise. So maybe that's all real. But regardless, it's unbelievable what I've been able to create. So I'm excited to bring that forward.
Very good.
And how fun that your teacher and her husband visited us again.
I know.
They were here when was it? The last time?
A couple years ago.
Yeah. And they go on these long road trips, right?
Yeah, they're retired now, so they just kind of can travel around and go where they want to go.
I love that. And clearly she loves to travel from all the stories that we heard about you going to California together.
I mean, how crazy is that to think that could have been such a scandal?
I know, but here's the thing, 2 parts. One, back in the day, even that wasn't that long ago.
No.
Isn't that wild? But even it just being the little bit of time ago is significant. Things were so different even then. And when I went to school, I know that I'm just a little bit older than you, it was even more different. And surely, yes, it could have been a scandal, but I feel people now seek out problems more than they used to. There was a trust thing that went along before, whether it was right or wrong, there was. And clearly nothing was happening.
No, God, no. But people would love to turn that into something.
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
That's the world we live in now.
But even then, it was still, we had to keep it hush-hush.
I'm sure. Yeah, I'm sure. But, yeah, people love to seek out shit now anyways more than they did before.
But how lucky am I to have someone that was in my corner and that believed in me that much? Literally put a job on the line.
Yeah, I know. I mean, she's so intelligent. Her and her husband.
She is one of the smartest people I've ever met. And I've told her that since the day I met her. I'm like, why the fuck are you teaching at high school? You should be I don't know, a scientist working on solving the world's problems.
Yeah, but I love that because when you listen to her and talk about her, I think she used this idea of wanting to impact tomorrow or something like that. We're fueled by other things than just our ability to be intelligent about something. And she clearly went to school, and you talked about her degrees and her education, and she's applying that towards building another generation versus her sitting in a lab or maybe creating something that made her a multi-billionaire with that ability. She just has a different ambition. And I think that that's probably one why you built this relationship with her, and then she helped open doors for you. And then 2, that she's still in your life, this
20 years later.
Yeah. And coming to our house and visiting and taking fresh farm eggs with them as they leave. And I love that.
We've stayed in contact ever. I mean, we don't talk every day, but we've never not been in touch forever.
Yeah. I think that's so special. And, sometimes.
I mean, I called her when I came out.
Yeah. I'm sure you called a lot of people.
Yeah.
And you were like, hey, bitches, I'm out.
She just started laughing. She's like, I know. I was like, what?
I just think they are wonderful. I think she's wonderful. I think her and her husband are wonderful. And I'm so grateful that I've gotten to get to know them even at this latter part, much later than when she was originally in your life.
Right.
But listening to just how you bamboozled this whole situation and created this whole thing and got your way and got to LA. I mean, nothing's changed.
That's what she said. She's like, what's changed? Nothing.
Yeah, we're all living in Ben's world. I'm surprised that's not the name of this podcast.
It's Ben's world?
Yeah, it's like when I was a kid, there was a show called Bobby's World, and this
Ben's world.
little kid rode around on his tricycle. Like, he was a little like cartoon character. But yeah, I feel like maybe you should have a cartoon. Maybe we can make one with Claude.
There you go.
This could be a whole thing. The podcast could have a cartoon.
It's Ben's world.
Yeah. I'm not sure it'd be child appropriate. It'd be more like The Simpsons.
Yeah, more of like a South Park.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe that's a thing.
You can do that. I don't.
Once I'm done with my other 75 projects.
Yeah.
Maybe I will. But yeah, she's wonderful. And how awesome that, again, you all have stayed in touch. It's really cool. But I genuinely, when I listened, I was like, oh, I want to do an after show. Like, I think participating on all your shows is great, but like hearing her, like I just wanted to validate like how special she is. You know,
Yeah,
I don't think I need to do that, but I want to do that.
Yeah. No, she's like the best. I struggled with a lot of teachers because I struggled with authority.
You struggle with a lot of people still.
Well, because people are fucking assholes.
No, but like I think you choose to struggle, and I think she would agree with me in that.
I don't choose to struggle. I just don't want to put up with people's like bullshit.
And maybe it's not choose to struggle, but like you choose to create the conflict.
No, I think my issue with teachers growing up was like, you can ask me to do something and I'll do it. But if you tell me to do something, I'm not going to do. Like, don't talk to me that way. Treat me as an equal, and I will do anything, whatever you want me to do. And I guess teachers don't. A lot of the teachers were like, "You're not my equal," and I'm like, "Well, then I'm not going to do your shit."
Yeah, I mean, I think I still I understand that. I think I also have some of that in my life. Like when I had my first big job, my first job out of college, like I remember saying to my boss, like there had to be that level of respect. Like he had 20 years on me in his career, but like there had to be a level of respect between the two of us. And I think that's part of what you're saying, but I also like, you know, as she brought up, they are authoritative figures. Like they're meant to be your teacher, and like you're meant to respect them for that too.
Which I did.
Asking for a level of respect of them is just not even how the system works.
Well, that's what I didn't agree with. Like, yes, I will be respectful. And if I were a naughty kid or inappropriate or doing something bad, then yeah, then you pull your authority. But if I have not proven to do anything bad, I'm going to do everything you say, then why can't we treat each other at a level of respect where it's like, it's all in your delivery. If you ask me to do something, I will do it. If you're like, demand it and tell me, I'm like, get fucked.
Yeah, well, how about this? There's a system because it's more than just you and the teacher. And I think that sometimes you just think that it is just you and that. And that's, yeah, like that's probably why she was saying, like, you get what you want, whatever. I'm not criticizing it. Like I actually think at times I feel that way too. That's being raised with privilege or like just, you know, some level of entitlement. But if you actually step back and look at it, like they're having to work with a lot more people than just you. So
okay, then give me special treatment until I step out of line.
That's the problem right there. Like your expectation, and not everyone thinks that they have to provide that.
This happened to me, I think, from even in daycare. I remember all the kids used to have to take naps at the daycare. Like she used to let me stay up with her and watch soap operas.
Right.
I was the only one that didn't have to take a nap. I was like, yeah, but I didn't need a nap. I wasn't like a brat.
One would say you probably have good persuasive skills and that
one would say I'm manipulative.
You're a manipulator, but you're a change maker. You know, you're someone that looks to be a disruptor.
Yeah.
Yeah. In the tech world, you'd be a disruptor.
See, I'm just disruptive.
But I do think like if you like were to sit and actually think about everything you're saying and like the way that maybe at times you know, joke about, oh, I have a problem with the authority. Like, yeah, it's great that you have those qualities that are going to push things and probably like create more opportunity for yourself. But if you also were to take a step back and recognize the system that you're in and the ways that things need to work, you'd probably find more patience for these authoritative figures than you're willing to give them if you understood their perspective.
Probably, yeah.
And there he goes, yawning, because clearly doesn't find that to be at all exciting for him. So, welcome to my world. So, anyways, I'm just here because I think she is fabulous. And I love that not only you had this amazing experience numerous times with her, but that she's still around. And like, that's a testament to the both of you, like wanting to like keep that friendship alive. But I think that that's wonderful. And I think that teachers are such a blessing. And like, I just worked in the education space for a bit. And I think naturally I am a teacher too. I love the idea of empowering people to grow and become something bigger. And I think teachers should be celebrated always. So that's why I'm here.
Ta-da! There's a week or a month or a day for teachers, isn't there?
There's probably numerous parts of the year where we're supposed to celebrate them more, but maybe we should just do it every day.
Well, let's do it
today. Did you ever bring her an apple?
No, but we did. She used to have candy on her desk, so I'd always eat candy.
You would eat her candy?
Yeah.
Or you brought her some?
No, I'd eat her candy.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, there we go. Full circle. Back to Ben.
Well, shout out.
It's Ben's world.
It's Ben's world. It's been a week. Shout out to Brenda Ramin for being the best teacher ever.
Yeah.
And
shout out to your mom for making it happen.
Right?
Like, hello.
Mom's like, look, I'm not going to California, but I'll make it happen for you.
Yeah. She's like, here you go. You want your dreams to come alive?
Yeah.
Find someone to take you.
Yeah, exactly.
I love when your Brenda was like, and your mom paid for it. Penny paid for it.
My mom was like, look, I'll pay for it. I'm just not fucking going. I'm like, okay.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
That's really awesome.
Well, I think that's all we got.
Awesome.
Okay.
Nice to see you all.
He's back. We don't know if he'll be back next week. You'll never know. It's always a mystery.
Who's coming up next week?
Next week we have the Mother's Day episode.
Oh, I have to be on that.
Yeah.
I love a mom.
Yeah, Mother's Day, and then we got some other exciting things coming up, and there's lots happening.
Very cool.
So big announcements and surprises on the way.
Amazing.
Don't forget, anyone, if you guys want merch, go to the merch store at itsbeenaweek.com. And for everyone else, I will see you next Tuesday.